because it happened, baby. Smile because it's over.
You build a wall between us.
Don't cry, smile because it happened, baby. Cry because
He's untapping.
Well, guys, welcome to episode 11. Oh, was that a scream? It didn't get picked up.
I gotta redo the thing, by the way, so...
Yeah.
Izuku Midoriya, Katsuki Bakugo, Shoto Todoroki, I forgot. Ejiro Ejiro... Wait, cut this out! Izuku Midoriya, Katsuki Bakugo, Shoto Todoroki, Ejiro Kirishima, Denki Kaminari. I'm Tenya Ida.
I'm Tenya Ida.
Wow.
You know,
I'm pissed.
This was half full at the beginning of the last recording of this episode.
Yes.
Now look where it is. We did so much good yapping. I drank so much tea, and for what?
Okay, to be honest, good thing I checked, because imagine that would have been like so fucking Jover, and I probably would have never recorded with you guys again. So, that's fine.
With us, like
it's our problem. It's our fault. No, it's not.
Okay, well, technically it's kind of my fault. But anyways, so there's another recording issue where for some reason it was showing that they were being recorded, like their voice, because like the bar was moving and everything, but the actual recording, they were muted. So I don't really know what the deal with that. I don't know.
I'm Chap, Liz.
I'm Mouse.
Thank you.
And I'm Tonedog 147.
Yeah. And this is the TheYapRecap, episode 11.
Part 2.
I did it again.
Part 2. But okay, to be fair, it's better than the whole hour. We were only 15 minutes in. So
15 minutes of my life, I'm never getting back. I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
So I guess during those 15 minutes we discussed TwitchCon.
Oh, just the whole thing. That's okay though. I forgot some stuff, so we can
run it back.
So rate your experience 1 through 10.
2.
I think I'm going to rate my experience. Let me think.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You remind me of those like commentary channels where they have the PNG. Oh, I think I'm gonna rate my experience.
I'm gonna rate my experience. I'm losing it. 9.
9. Okay.
I would also rate mine a 9 because I wish I had more time to do more things. But also like that's not the fault of like me or anyone else going. I just wish I could have had like weeks more, but I don't have weeks more because that's not how life works. So yeah, 9 out of 10.
I would rate mine an 8. I changed my mind.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Go down.
What?
Okay, so like in the original, I put a 9 out of 10, but then I'm like, well, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10.
Why?
I mean, that's still a high score. I don't know.
What
like
became worse? What did you reflect on in the last 20 minutes?
Well, I was like, I think I was being like too generous with giving it a 9, because like, I mean, it's just we didn't have enough time for like certain things, so
yeah,
wish we did. But then also, I don't know,
infinite time.
I think also our 40-minute Uber drive that was supposed to be a 7-minute Uber drive that also maybe took a play into that.
Was kind of funny though.
Explain it, Chap.
Okay, so basically, I forget the context of like why you have to fill in this like hole for me because everybody else went to get their badges the day before. Why did we go the day after? What did that happen?
Okay, so the reason why we went a day after was because parking was like $30 or whatever, and I'm pretty sure. Did your mom drop you guys off?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like I don't think she could fit everyone in her mom's
the amount
car.
Of seats in the car.
Yeah. So they went and got their tickets. While we're like, oh well, we could just like go tomorrow, because we went on
we
Friday
also really valued not going places sometimes, It's always a good move. Sit down on couch.
True.
But yeah, so the convention opened Friday. They got their passes to actually enter the building in the middle of the day Thursday, whereas Tonedog and I were gonna go Friday, an hour before the convention center was closed.
Yeah, because like we messaged PJ and he was like, "Oh, well, no one's in line." So we're like, "Oh, you know."
Yeah, he said no one was in line, and then also, in theory, we were only 7 minutes away from the convention center. That was the information we had, but clearly other things happened. And then our friends had told us the previous day, like, oh, it was super fast getting the passes, like, whatever. So we said, you know, an hour before it closes, it'll probably be a bit busy, but we were tired. We had just been to the zoo all day, I believe, so we'd been doing a lot of walking, so...
Yeah.
We went at, like, the latest possible time.
Yeah, so we were like, oh yeah, let's just go at 6. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
We have an hour.
Mm-hmm. And then I got an Uber. The Uber said, like, 7-minute drive. But then, you know... We're driving the Uber for a little bit, and we come to a bit of an impasse because the road we were supposed to go down, and like the way we're sitting, Tonog's behind the driver, and I'm to his right, so I can see the little GPS system that the Uber's drivers use. I can see the maps, and like it said 9 minutes, and I was like, okay, we've already been in the car for 2 minutes. Now it says 9. Bit later, but that's okay. We still have about an hour.
All we had to do was go up that like bridge area. But it was really backed up. But the thing was, really like, our Uber driver was like, oh, well, I could just, like, go around and it should be fine.
We don't live here. We don't know.
Yeah, so we're like, oh, you know, like, he's the Uber driver. You know, he knows what he's doing. I think that was probably the worst decision of our life. Because when we went through, like, the main area, like, the main city, turns out that they were already blocking off roads for a baseball game. I think it was a baseball game that was happening. Mm-hmm. And then they were blocking more roads off because there was a rave that night. I think it was that night. And they were getting all the music equipment across the roads. And
plus the traffic of all the Uber drivers going to TwitchCon to pick people up in like a similar position that we're in. So he was like, oh, I'll just go around the traffic. And every time he went around the traffic, I just saw the GPS thing recalculate and just add more minutes on. Like every angle that he would go at, it would just stay 9 minutes. And then it went up to 12 minutes. So the more we were moving, the more time was getting added to how long this drive was going to be. And, like, we were sitting in silence, and we were, like, texting each other.
Oh, yeah, I was like, it's so Jover. Like,
it's so fucked. We're never getting out of this car. That kind of thing. Because, like, I don't know, the guy said, oh, I want to try something else. Let's try to go around. And we were like, okay. So, yeah, ended up taking us 40 minutes for a 7-minute drive. Yeah. Then... I realized, like, the center is here. The center is here. There's a street you have to cross to get in, and then there's a spot on the side for Uber drivers. And I was like, fuck, because at this point we have less than 10 minutes to get our badges. Uh-oh, that's not good. I realized, like, it's gonna take this guy 10 minutes to get to the side of the building. Like, there ain't no way.
Yeah, because like we were on the opposite side of the road as well, so he would have had made a U-turn and then go back around into the Uber parking area. So.
Yes. So I said, we can get out here. I spoke. Good on me. We get out of the car. Then we have to cross a street and then, like, walk all the way around the convention center to get in the door. We don't know where the door is, by the way. We've never been here in our lives. So we get out. We cross the street. Then there was a train coming because it was a crossing spot for a fucking train. And look, we saw it.
Yeah, like, it was coming.
The train was coming. But, we decided we wouldn't get hit by a train, and then just
so we ran past it, because, you know, we only had, like, 5 minutes left, and get hit by, or wait for the train for 10 minutes, or get our TwitchCon passes and might be dead. Like, we made our choice, so...
We weren't gonna get the badges either way, might as well try to not get hit by a train, which we didn't because we're better. So, then we don't know where the door is. We walk up the stairs to the convention center. We keep having to walk, because the signs keep saying badges pickup, and we're like, fuck, we're never getting there. Like, it just keeps going. Finally, we get inside. But then, there's more problems, because the guy inside, I have purse. It's this big. Yeah. It is literally, like, nothing. And the guy was searching my bag for, like,
oh yeah, I dipped. I ditched Chap because I was like, it was literally the time. Like, I think it was 7, and they're like, oh, just go. Like, and I was like, okay. So I was like, see ya, Chap. Like, she was taking too long. I'm like, At least
which
I'll
I
get
had
my
no
badge.
control
So
over.
like, I just walked to the
searched.
area. And
I was getting searched, and then the guy's like boss or something said stop searching her because it was taking so long, and they could. I made eye contact with the lady, and I was like, I'm in duress. I have places to be. So I do a little jog to get up to where Tonedog is because he abandoned me. So I have to jog.
But guess what?
But guess what?
We're not affiliates anymore. We're partners. Because
They put us in the Twitch partner line.
Because we went into the Twitch partner line to pick up our badges, and we're just like, I think it was worth almost getting hit by a train. Yep.
So, yeah, but then we were like, oh, we'll Uber back with PJ and Penelope because they were at the convention center.
Yeah.
So we walk around trying to find PJ and Penelope, and then immediately, the only famous person I saw that whole day, I saw Cinna. And I'm a fan of Cinna, and I was really sad that I didn't get to go to her meet and greet. So, us being late is the reason I got to meet Cinna.
Yeah.
Kind of
Like,
crazy
you
luck.
outran a train to meet Cinna. Like, no one else is saying that. No one else is saying that. Yeah.
No one else is saying that. Unless they are.
Unless they did. Oh, did we? I didn't look behind us, so maybe there were people running behind us. Like, running past that train.
I would hope not, because...
Oh, that's crazy.
Train's coming.
So then I was like, so I was looking up how long it would take to walk to the convention center. Turns out it would have been faster. It was 36 minutes. So when we were leaving, it was still busy because obviously it got later and the game was about to start and everything. So I was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna start walking because like obviously it's gonna be faster. But then we just walked like I think like 10 minutes to like a bus stop, and then we got an Uber from there, and it was fine.
Yep. And it was all okay.
Yeah.
And then the next day, we filmed TheYapRecap, kind of.
In-person episode.
IRL episode.
You watched it. You watched it.
Yeah. And I guess I could say again. So you might have noticed that I wasn't really in the video. I was just on the side. I was like those like cartoon parents where like you just hear
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, actually, oh my gosh.
Where like you just hear me talking and you see like bits and pieces of my body. So well, okay, people.
Her face, maybe. Her face was why I laughed.
Okay, but I wanted
didn't
to
like
like
the way it was phrased.
What the? Okay, for the Yap recap, I wanted like the first thing to be, all of us with our webcams, and plus, I'm getting a webcam for my birthday, allegedly, if that's still a thing. So, I think it would be pretty cool. So, but I mean, if you guys, well, okay, I won't bring that up because then we're gonna just continue with the thing.
Wait, bring it up.
Oh, what the? Not her leaking. You have to delete that now. You have to edit it out, bruh. Okay.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
Okay, I was like, well, if you guys really want to know what I look like, there's images on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Posted by other people, and if you really want to be like Chap, the stalker, and find a 10-year-old picture of batteries, I mean, you can, because she did that. So I mean, if you want to be that dedicated, you guys could find a picture of me.
I did not stalk our friend Batteries. I did not find a picture of Batteries as a 10-year-old. I didn't go out of my I didn't go out of my way.
You kind of went out of your way.
Okay, the TLDR, our friend Batteries. Do you guys know what he looks like? I haven't seen I know
what he looks like.
I haven't seen like a real picture.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Other than the one that Chap
I've seen half his face.
No, the one that Chap
Wait.
Well, yeah, I've seen half of his face because it was on a bomb down thing.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't like a super clear picture.
I mean,
like
it was like half
I
of his
wouldn't.
face.
I guess I don't really remember. Okay. But yeah, our friend Batteries. I guess when he was younger, he did some child acting, and he was a background actor in some TV shows. He brought this up to Mouse and I because we were just like watching a movie together. And he had like met one of the actors that was in the movie we were watching, and we were like, "How'd you meet him? That's so crazy!" And he was like, "I can't believe I didn't tell you this already. I thought everyone knew this. I did not already know this." So, anyways, he told us the show that he was in and the season and the episode. As I said before, the episodes are only like 20 minutes long. So it's not hard to find a scene that has
But
child
that's you-
actors in it.
I mean, but that's you going out of your way.
I guess, but it wasn't like weird. Like when we talked about it today in a group setting, and everyone was framing it as though I like went out. I was like stalking him on the internet and found like an old picture of him to see what he looks like. No, he just told me like, "Oh, I'm in this episode. You guys could like go find it," and I screen shared the episode. But I'm the problem. So I don't know. Not a stalker. Crushing the allegations once again.
Destroying the allegations.
And not a watcher, because the watcher allegations were entirely built on the precipice, okay? On the idea of things happening at TwitchCon. That didn't happen. So I'm
you
good.
sure about that? Maybe you just didn't see it.
But then I didn't watch it, so I'm good.
Well, I mean,
She got a point.
oh my god, okay, I do need to bring up this experience at TwitchCon. So, it's me and Chap. We were just by ourselves at the place, okay? And Chap was like, "You know what, Tonedog? I kind of want to lay down." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, yeah, we could just lay down. And so I started walking to my room, and she's following me. And I turn around, and she stops at okay, you were. Okay, you were. No, you followed me, but you stopped at the kitchen table, and you rested your head on the chair. And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then you were like, "You don't want to talk to me. You don't want to hang out with me." I was like, "You literally said you wanted to lay down, so I'm gonna go lay down in my room." It was just like, "Yeah, but I'm gonna be bored." And I was just like, "Okay." Like, well, I'm gonna lay down because I've already had my mindset on laying down. So then I lay down. But yeah, I was just like, I thought my reaction was normal when someone says, "Hey, let's lay down."
Hold on. Before any of this happened, before Tonedog went and laid down, they called me.
Oh.
Where even was I at this point?
Oh yeah,
Where was I?
I needed to make sure I wasn't a crazy person. So I was like, "Hey, Mouse." So, and then I explained the situation. She's like, "You're not crazy." And I was like, "Thank you."
I was like, I feel like I would also say that. I didn't know, like, where was I? I need to figure out what time this was on what day. Because, like, where was I at this point?
It was in the middle of the day. You're probably at the convention or something.
Yeah.
Was I at the convention?
I think so.
Not. Wait, when was this? Okay, was it this day?
I did nothing wrong.
Oh,
nothing
okay.
wrong.
Okay.
But
But yeah, that was kind of funny. That was kind of funny.
Because like why did you agree so quickly?
My bad. Like, hey, I'm kind of tired, but I kind of want to lay down. And I'm like, oh, okay, like what a normal person.
7:27
Why'd you agree so quickly?
Is it 7:20? Oh, I remember. I was at In and Out. Klom was sitting there, and I was like, "Why is Tonedog calling me?" It was just Klom. But I was sitting with Klom, and we were like outside of a Taco Bell In and Out area, and like they were eating, and I answered the phone. And he was like, "Hey, Mouse, is this normal?" And I was like, "Yeah."
So I mean, I'm just saying. Oh, but this also brings the conversation back to the original recording of was anyone awkward, or like, how did we feel meeting each other? Like,
this is why I brought this up in the first place. Can she hear us?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi. Okay.
Hi.
Okay, I asked this in the first recording. The reason I brought this up, I remembered, is because when I was like rewatching the video of us in the Starbucks, I was like, this is a little awkward. But I just want to, if anybody, maybe you don't feel that way, but like if anybody watching this watched the previous episode and was like, they seemed a little awkward in that Starbucks, it's because we were recording in public, and that's weird. Okay?
And without it was with our permission, but like,
yeah, but it was really fast.
Yeah, like Mary just grabbed the camera. She's like, "Oh, well, we're doing the episode now," because we're like, "Oh, well, we don't have any mics, we don't have this, so like we want to do like a official episode." But then Mary's like, "Oh, I have the camera," and then she started recording, and I was like, "Oh."
She took my phone from me, and
and we were in line at Starbucks, so like there's people behind us.
It was like we were in line. There's people behind us, in front of us, and like it's really close quarters, so it was kind of awkward.
Because of the other people, though, and because it was like in that setting with no prompt. Like,
yeah,
I think if it just had been us, even like and Mary, and not in public, it would have been completely normal. Because the rest of the time we weren't really, I don't think, awkward at all. I think everything was kind of the same as it is
I did
online.
have one thing.
But yeah,
but
just
I
in
brought
that
it up
like
last time.
one situation, it might have seemed a little bit awkward. But I think it would have been worse if not for the
Yeah.
fact that I was like thinking, I'm like, okay, we're at TwitchCon, like everybody else here probably maybe streams, so like it's they're probably not judging us as much as the average person would.
Yeah.
If we had been in line at like a Walmart or something, I would have been
That
like
would have been
mute.
very.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have spoken.
Something to think about, I guess.
But there was one moment. So I'm bringing this up again because
I don't even remember what you said.
So whenever you like.
Oh, I do.
So whenever you like make a valid point to Chap or anything that she can't respond to, normally in calls she'll just mute, and so like that's just her not see just like that she just muted.
Yeah.
So but in person she can't do that. So like when I'll say like a valid point and she didn't know what to do, she'll just like stop, like if there was a spotlight on her, and not say anything. And then I was like, well, you can't like mute in person. And then she would just start laughing. But yeah, that's like the only difference.
My only defense mechanism, just hoping people move on from a topic. Yeah, it doesn't really work in like a one-on-one conversation.
I mean, you did.
Setting.
Oh, okay. There might have been another moment. So
that was like awkward.
Yeah.
Is it what I'm thinking? It is.
Okay. So like it was me, Dan, Traverse. And
yes,
Chap.
It is.
Yeah. So me, Dan, and Traverse were sitting on the couch, and Chap was standing up, and we were just having a normal conversation, and Chap calls Traverse Trevor because that's like his name. So she's like, "Oh, Trevor, blah 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 blah," and like normal conversation, nothing happened. But then she stops the conversation mid conversation. She's like, "Oh my god, did you find that weird that I just called you Trevor? Oh my god, blah 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 blah." And he's like, "Well, it wasn't weird until now you like changed the whole topic of the conversation." And she's like, "Well, I was just blah, blah, blah." And then he was like, "Well, it would have been fine, you know." And then she hid behind a wall. So we couldn't that's what happened. See, just like how she was just hiding away from her camera. So
hey, chat.
So yeah,
it could be awkward. You know,
wait,
could have been worse. So.
Did I have any awkward moments myself? I don't know. I thought I was.
No, I don't think so. I think that was
like painful though. Like it felt awkward. Like
I mean, but like you could have just continued the conversation, but you're like, Trevor, I'm sorry.
There's something I'm like, I don't know. Like honestly, I can admit I can be a fairly awkward person.
Yeah.
The fact that in a week of spending time with me, that's like the worst of that. I'm okay with it. Could have been worse.
But yeah, I don't think anyone was like awkward. I mean, I just think like I don't know. I think everything was normal. It's just there was a lot of people, different groups. Like I know like Mouse went to like a 22-person Korean barbecue, which is like insane. And I'm like, we didn't go because
like everyone else we
went to go see Nicki Minaj in concert.
Right.
So Tone Nicki 2024 was a reality. But yeah, we didn't go. I don't think I think when Plum brought up the idea before, I think I would have said yes. But if I knew that there was going to be 22 people, probably not. Because then I'm like, I don't know. That's just like over.
Well, no one knew that, right, Mouse?
True, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I knew right before we went because they were like, "Yeah, we called in for 20 people," and I was like,
"Oh,
pause the movie."
Yeah, I mean, I liked our like group sessions, where we had Hyperius, Mouse, PJ, Penelope, Traverse, Dan. Like that was like a decent sized group. So like
yeah,
I vibed with that.
Yeah.
And then like the next like we went to the Sonic Cafe with like Plum, J-Bro.
Oh.
So
like
what's
that funny was fun. Is like okay, well again, I do feel like we're all pretty like similar in person. Like Mouse and I were like singing a lot. We do that online too.
Oh yeah, did you put that in the episode?
I don't Yeah, the video you made
Oh yeah.
of us. Yeah, I have that. But like we were like skipping down a street listening.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Like,
So that was like that felt the exact same. And then something that Tonedog does, which you wouldn't see from just watching the podcast, but you would if you know him, is he'll be like, I gotta go take a call. Like once every 2 hours. Somehow.
Yes, like,
he's more phone
no, he
calls
says,
and
I'll BRB, gotta go take a call, or something
yeah,
like
like
that.
I'll BRB, gotta go take a phone.
And you guys
a
got to
call.
see that.
It
Yeah.
happened more than once, and I was like, "That's so funny." And like, I think PJ mentioned he was like, "It's the exact same like words." I was like, "You're right," because he said like IBRB. I was like, "Oh my god, I've seen the other side of it." He just walks away.
Well, okay, but like when I'm on my computer, I don't walk away. Normally, I just take off my headset. So, yeah. But like, I'm not gonna just take my call in front of like 6 other people.
I know. It's just funny. Like it's exactly how I would visualize that happening. He just disappears from a room and then comes back.
Yeah, like it was perfect.
But,
it was literally perfect.
Just vanishes.
Okay, but like at the Sonic Cafe, I did, spend a little money, and I did buy a Sonic or a shadow chain.
Photo.
The shadow
put the
chain.
photo on,
or photo.
on the screen.
Wait, this way.
Ooh,
Because it's gonna be flipped for me.
It's
so
so
photo.
yeah. It's so nice. And to be honest, I think it was better that I bought it in person because it's $150 online, and then I would have had to pay taxes and shipping, but all I had to do was pay taxes. So I don't know how like they make money at the Sonic Cafe unless like they just supply it to them. I don't know. Weird. But yeah, I was like, I had to get the shadow chain, and dreams do come true. Chap did not fall in love with me. Well, I had this chain, like she said she would, and I was like,
unless
what? Okay.
And y'all called me down bad.
That's crazy. I literally okay. Anyways, but yeah, shadow chain.
He brought it up.
Shadow chain.
Well, literally, anytime I would mention possibly buying the shadow chain, like the first time, she was like, "Oh my god, Tonedog, if you had this at TwitchCon, I think I would fall in love with you." And I was like, "Okay."
I was there for that, I think, or one of those conversations.
Yeah, and then like another time, I was like looking at it and I was like, "Okay, well," I was like, "I kind of want to get this chain now," and she's like, "Remember what I said? Still stands." And I was like, "What?" That's crazy. And I was like, "Okay," and then when I did want to buy it, it was sold out online. So then I was like, oh well, I can't even get it anyways. And then we went to the Sonic Cafe, and there was all the chains right there, and I was like, oh, maybe I should buy it. And I did. I thought like they only had the one that was on display, and I was like, okay, I won't buy it if it's the display one because like I don't know, kind of weird. So I asked, I was like, do you guys have any in the back? And he's like, yeah. I was like, fuck, now I kind of have to buy it, but like also it was the best purchase of my life, and it was $150. So I think it was worth it.
Yeah. It was a purchase. I bought a $25 bucket hat, so which I think was a necessary purchase.
I don't think I bought anything that crazy. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I did buy a Nicki sweatshirt from the Nicki
concert.
Yeah.
I also think I bought a $15 fan.
Oh.
So.
Nice.
Poppy won this for me at a claw machine.
Shout out
we went to
Paparella.
Shout out Paparella, because we went to an arcade after Korean barbecue. Worst decision of my life. Not because of anyone there, but because I was already so overwhelmed and anxious that I ended up having a panic attack at the arcade, and I couldn't function, and I didn't know what to say, and I didn't want to talk to anyone about it because I didn't want to ruin anyone's time, and it was like the most painful moment of my life.
Was it just you two that went to the arcade?
It was me, Poppy, Mari, Neo, Yami, J-Bro, bunch of other people, Cosmic. So yeah, it was a lot of the people from Korean barbecue. Actually, PJ and Penelope were gonna go, but they ended up it was like a $40 Uber to the place, and then a $40 Uber, or it was $40 to their hotel in the first place from the Korean barbecue place. But if they were to go to the arcade and then have to go back to their hotel, it would have been like $60.
Oh, that's crazy.
Just like
that sucks.
Yeah. So it was like, pretty fair. So, and then they went back, and then I freaked out at the place. And like normally I would talk. This is why it was a 9 out of 10. By the way, I said I was gonna explain it. I didn't really get the chance yet. But this is why I think the experience was a 9 out of 10 because I wish I would have like taken more downtime on Saturday because Saturday was so packed and I was so stressed and it was not good for me. Mentally, I was unwell. But normally,
Yeah.
like in that situation, I would talk to Cosmic, but I didn't want to say anything to Cosmic because I didn't want to like ruin his time while we were at the arcade. So I was like, I'm just gonna suffer in silence, and ended up leaving. But actually, Neo and Marzi, Marzi helped a lot. I love Marzi. That's that. That's literally all. I love Marzi. Like they're literally like the sweetest human being ever. Love them. But yeah, that's that. I don't know. TwitchCon was like there was a lot happened. Sunday was a much better day because I got more downtime to just like exist, even though I had more meet and greets.
Yeah.
Because I ended up not going to the QT meet and greet because I was so overwhelmed from like just being at the con all day. So I ended up not going. Which I'm kind of sad about, but it's okay. But I did get boba, so
Yay.
at least I had that.
Boba.
Boba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's hard about TwitchCon trips and everything is like a lot of people because it's like you're going on this trip to this specific event. You want to like
Yeah.
spend as much time as possible at the event. Like
Yeah.
last year, I definitely got like overwhelmed one of the days because we had people over, and I was like, "Bro, I'm gonna die! Like it's too much happening." This year, it was like, "Okay, on Saturday we're gonna have 3-4 hours just to sleep, and on Sunday we're gonna sleep." Like it was
Yeah, no, literally,
well
it
thought
was
out.
because our Saturday was our busiest day because we had the convention, but then me and Chap had to drive 2 hours to go to Nikki in LA, so that we already knew like it was gonna be crazy.
It was gonna be a lot.
So
And it was gonna be like we were up early, and then we knew we were gonna be home super late.
I think
so
we
we're
got
like,
up like around like we left the house like around 9 or something,
yeah.
and then yeah, we left the convention around like 2:30ish, and then we're like, okay, well, we should probably take a nap just in case, because like driving 2 hours at like 7 p.m. So then took a nap, got up,
Did you?
ate
How long
food.
did you nap for?
I think like 2 hours at most.
I think I napped for 45 minutes.
Oh,
Or like an hour, under an hour, maybe. Just
I don't
was
really know,
curious.
because did we get
Yeah.
food before or after? I think we got food before.
Before.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we did
'Cause
watch the Agatha show.
we did.
So
We did that. We were
actually,
chilling.
maybe I did only sleep an hour, and then I woke up, and then Mary was at our place,
Mhm.
and then I got ready for the Nikki concert, and then we left, which
Mhm.
honestly was pretty good. Pretty good. That was my first concert, so I
Yeah.
would rate that concert 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
What? 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
I'm trying to think of what I can ask you about like going to your first concert. I don't know, like what was your favorite song? I think I asked you this before for the podcast.
Well, probably fuck the club up. The
Mm,
whole like background changed and everything. It was kind of epic
yeah.
and cool. Like I expected it to be okay. So when we originally found our seats, it was really hot, and I was like, "Oh crap!"
And
This is
Tyga was
gonna-
performing.
Oh yeah, Tyga was the
Tyga was
opener.
there.
Yeah.
We didn't know this. So we were just like talking, and then Tyga was there. We're
Oh
like,
yeah, like we were like we're walking like in the hallways to like see. We're like, okay, well maybe we could buy some merch, and the merch line was really long. And then we're like, oh, maybe we could buy like some drinks or whatever. And all of a sudden, Tyga started playing, and like everyone started screaming and running into the arena because they're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, Tyga, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, well, let's just look for our seats. So then we looked for our seats, found them. It was really hot, and I was like, oh crap, let me get like a water, but I also just want a soda because soda's fun. So we got that, and then I was like, fuck, it's gonna be so hot. But once like Tyga was done, it was actually pretty cool in there.
Mhm.
And plus we had little mini fans that I brought just in case.
He was
So,
prepped.
yeah.
Yeah,
fun.
that is like a memory in my head as like I'm having a conversation with you in the hallway and like Rack City is playing. I'm like, what an interesting situation that we're in right now. I expected that to happen. So yeah. Rack City, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I would go to another concert. I was thinking because I know the reason why I didn't originally invite Chap to these plans was because she literally spent so much money to fly to the US, like literally like a couple weeks ago. So I was like, oh well, a cheap flight for me will be to Texas, you know? So I was like, Mouse, me and you listen to Sabrina Carpenter all the time. Why don't we just go see the concert? That'd be kind of fun. But the Chap was like, oh, I want to go too. And I was like, okay, but
Like maybe I just also like Sabrina Carpenter and my
Yeah.
friends.
yeah, but like that's a lot of money, so that's why I didn't. Really,
Yeah, so we'll see.
I was gonna ask because we had talked about it that day, and then you were in call later, and I was gonna ask about it when I had remembered it. It's like my memory, I forget things a lot.
But the only way to get tickets are the reseller tickets, which are like $400 for like a decent seat. So
Yeah, it's kind of psychotic.
yeah,
Yeah,
kind of crazy. I mean, it would be really fun, but
it would be so fun. Or maybe we just break in.
I mean, Sabrina, would you let us break into your concert?
Sabrina, call
Let
us.
me call up Sabrina real quick. You know, she's
That's
like,
our
oh my
new
gosh,
goal on the
Morgan
pod.
Devereaux, I love you so much, and I'm gonna call her up, and we're gonna be like, oh my
And then
gosh,
you're the
we're
opener.
so bestie vibes.
Suddenly
Oh.
you're in the concert.
Oh wait, okay. Pretend like you're talking to Sabrina right now. Or not pretend. Like we're gonna send this to her.
Manifest.
Yeah, her.
Oh, okay. Hi, Sabrina. I'm Morgan Devereaux. Nice to meet you. I have a song, Rose Tinted. You know, if you want, you can give it a listen, but you have your own music to listen to. But yeah, if you are watching this right now and you just so happen to have a few extra tickets to your concert in redacted place, email TheYapRecap@gmail.com to figure out the place because I'm not doxing myself. But if you just so happen to have a few extra concert tickets and would like to give them to some very kind souls who love your music so much and stream Juno
Yeah.
like 6 times in one day today.
Yeah, because we were playing Overwatch as the character Juno.
Then just again hit us up, TheYapRecap@gmail.com. We would love to go see you in concert because you're just so cool and so amazing, and yeah.
And we're kind of
Just
brokies,
let us
so
know.
like anything
Yeah.
helps. Thanks, Sabrina.
Thanks, Sabrina.
Perfect.
Bye, girl.
Oh,
I think that was a good sales pitch. Do y'all think it was
Yeah.
good?
Yeah. I have like concerns about this Mario and Luigi watch. It keeps counting down from 50 and then restarting, and I'm like, that's weird.
Okay, now you have to explain the lore behind that Mario and Luigi watch.
Do you know the lore, Mouse? I don't even
No.
fully remember how this
I
came
don't know the
about.
lore.
Okay, I'll explain
yeah.
it then. So
Yeah.
pretty much, I was staying at one of our friends' Airbnb last year for TwitchCon, and I was sleeping on the couch, and I was like, okay, whatever, normal things, and I think I dropped my headphones behind the couch. I was like, crap, so I had to move the couch, and I found a Mario and Luigi watch, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, like, okay. So I just put it on the table, and later that night, Chap, PJ, and Traverse came over, and thing was, it was just on the table, and I'm pretty sure Chaplow was like, "Oh, why do you guys have this?" I was like, "Well, you can have it, because I mean,
Yeah.
it's just I found
Like, I
it."
was about to say, like, I didn't take it. It was given to me. I didn't demand the watch.
She's like, "Give me that watch now."
No, you were like, you can have it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, so
So
now she has it.
Nice.
it's
Yeah.
child size.
Oh, and
And-
that was the first time we met, so the height difference went crazy, and I was
picture
like,
here, but you're cropped out of the picture, so just believe me.
yeah,
I'll
so
insert
I pretty
the
much
picture.
yeah, so I had the watch up in the air, and I was like, oh, let's see if she could like jump and try to get it. She couldn't, but it was pretty close.
It was pretty close.
It was pretty close.
Let's go.
Yeah, and I'm only 5'11", so she's like.
I think he's like 6 feet tall. I think like 6 feet.
Oh,
That's my input.
Mouse, what would you say?
I think you're like 6. I think you're 6 foot.
I think you're 6. Maybe not like taller than 6 foot, but I think you're 6 foot.
Yeah, I think at least 6 foot.
I forgot who mentioned it to me.
Not any shorter.
I forgot. One guy was like, "You calling yourself 5'11" is an insult to other men because now we're shorter." And I was like, "Oh, my bad." but I didn't really
Think
think
about
like,
the men.
what?
Think about the men, Tonedog.
Mm.
Oh, and him and High Furious are about the same height.
Yeah, I'm a little
It
bit
is
taller
pretty
than him.
much.
Yeah.
It is pretty much.
Okay,
like,
but by one of the
I-
pictures, I was like kind of way taller than him. I don't know if he was like bending over to like get into the picture, but it didn't look like it.
Mm,
But
I didn't expect. I don't know why. I just didn't expect High Furious to be tall. It wasn't on my like 2024 bingo card.
true.
Same thing. This same thing with J Cuppy being like shorter. That wasn't on my 2024 bingo card either. I don't know why. I just like it's not what I expected. Like, it's like for me, High Furious gives off like shorter energy. Not like short, but like shorter.
See, I think I had like mentally prepped for this because I used to also think that, but then I think one day Tonedog was like, "Who do you think is taller between me and High Furious?" And I was like, "He's tall." And this was news to me.
He's tall.
And then I watched their New York trip like vlog. I think it was Traverse's vlog. We watched that, and then it was like, okay, yeah, he is tall.
Yeah.
I can see that now. And then I don't know. As for J Cuppy, I think his chat calls him short all the time.
Mm.
So
I
was
don't
like,
remember his chat comment, like, or maybe I just am a fake
Well,
fan, but
I don't know. Like he was like an average height. I don't know.
Not gonna lie, I kind of felt bad for mine and Jake Huppy's interaction because
oh.
during like when you were saying hi to him, because you were like, oh well, we're gonna go see Jake Huppy's over here. I was like, oh okay, but the only like interaction me and him had were from like the GTA server, so like it was pretty minimal. So I thought it was just gonna be you and him talking. So like I was just like standing on the side, blah blah blah, and then I think I was talking to Traverse, and
Yeah, because he was there too.
yeah, so I was just standing there talking to Traverse, and then like you guys were done talking, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Tonedog." I was like, "Oh," I was like, I didn't think.
No, yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, hey," and then we walked away after because that was it. But I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
like I just
saying
assumed
he's really
like
excited to meet both of y'all.
yeah,
like,
I just like
yeah.
I just didn't know, because I was like, well, first I'm faceless on the internet, so I was like, oh well, he probably won't even notice. And then two, I was like, hey, I'm Tonedog 147. Like I don't want to show my badge like everywhere. So
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
The same thing kind of happened with Katie.
I was
where,
gonna say there was like a few interactions where I felt at least like people like didn't fully know that you were you, but there were
Yeah.
people who I knew had spoken to you before. So I think there was like two interactions where I was like, "This is Tonedog."
Yeah.
It's like I knew you weren't gonna like do
Yeah,
that.
Well, I was just like, I don't know.
I was like, "I'll do it."
So yeah.
So
but-
yeah,
and
with
said hi
Katie,
to
we like we ran into Katie, and Katie like immediately recognized Mary and I.
Yeah.
Because
like,
I think me and
wait,
Mary,
Katie Marie.
Yeah.
Katie Marie.
Oh, I never got to meet her.
Like we were just like in the crowd walking by.
Yeah,
and
then
we're
she
like,
just
oh,
like
wait.
stopped. She's like, oh my god, Chap and Mary, and then like they took a
Because
picture and everything.
Me and Mary's faces are also like all over the place, so
Yeah.
like I can see it's like instantly recognizable, especially like if we're together. But then I'm
Mhm.
like, and Tonedog's here.
Oh yeah, and she's like, oh my god, hey Tonedog. Well, because
Yeah.
like we've only had like, I remember the first time we met, it was at last year's TwitchCon, and she was like, oh my god, you're so nice, and I was like, Mouse would say I'm so nice too. But yeah, it was pretty much like a quick interaction. So
Mhm.
like I didn't think she would like remember my face, so I didn't really say anything. But then Chap was like, "Oh my god, it's Tonedog," and I was like, "Oh hey," and then she's like, "Oh my god, hey." So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw
Yeah.
Sumi. Sumi. Oh my god. Same thing. Sumi and Traverse. Those two people, like, actually the nicest people on this planet. And
Yeah.
like Sumi,
Yeah.
like, if you talk to her once, she'll treat you like you're like some diamond. She's like, oh my god, you're so precious. Oh my god, blah blah blah. Like she's just so like nice.
I
Yeah,
really
I didn't
like
get to talk to
Sumi.
Sumi as much.
Well, for me, like I knew she wasn't gonna be there for that long because she was initially going the whole weekend, and then I think had to cut it a bit shorter, like last minute.
Yeah.
And I had messaged her around the time that meet and greet stuff was coming out because like I
Mhm.
knew I had such a short list in my head of people outside of our like main group because I was certain that I was gonna see Mouse and like High Furious. Like I was like 100% that's gonna happen. But the people who I'm like don't talk to super often, I was like I need to like go out of my way to see them, which I don't like going out of my way to see people. I'm so bad with that, so I really like forced myself. I messaged her and we had been talking. And then it was so sad because like nothing outside of the convention center really like worked out timing wise because she was like,
Yeah.
oh, like we could do dinner this night, but then that night I had plans with you guys and like our Airbnb had like a limited capacity and all that stuff. And then we were like going to Nikki the other night and yeah, just a lot wasn't working out. So we saw her in Artist Alley and she was lovely.
And we walked around.
I remember I had seen her in the line for Ray and then in Artist Alley when she was with y'all. But I didn't get to see her like as much and like we didn't get to talk a lot, but she's super sweet. And they're like we had a mini GTA reunion waiting for Boba because Q Jellies was there, J-Bro was there, J Cuppy was there. And so then I was like, J Cuppy, guess who's over there? And he's like, who? And I was like, Gus from the GT, because I was like so excited I got to meet her. Oh my gosh.
I was pretty jealous.
It was like, I was so happy. So I was like, guess who's over there? And he's like, who? And I was like, Gus from the GTA server. He's like, wait, really? And then he walked over and she was like, Roddy Rockets!
Oh god.
That's so cute!
Well, it was very short. Well, okay, she didn't say Roddy Rockets, but she was like, wait, Rocket! And it was like just such a cute moment, and I was so happy. And I remember Q Jelly just telling me how much she like missed the GTA server and just hang out, and I was like, we're not bringing that crap back, but
it was a time.
We gotta talk about that on the podcast someday, because like that's crazy lore that we just ran a GTA server.
Yeah, we ran a GTA server.
It's a crazy side hustle that we have that also like introduced so many people to each other and like
but it was like so cute because we all had like everyone was meeting outside and I was like, dang, only Chap and Tonedog were here. I really wanted y'all to be there.
Yeah.
But you know. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, never mind. I was just gonna say I'd sent someone a photo. I think both of y'all either like with us, and then y'all didn't say anything. So I was just like, oh, okay. Never
mind. Really?
I think we were busy or something. I feel like I remember the picture.
A lot. It's fine.
Oh. Okay, I answered every one of your calls. I'm just saying. Bah. But you know, speaking of boba, I did try boba for the first time.
Yay.
On Monday. I think that was Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Monday. In GTA, he was the owner of a boba shop, so I felt it was important that he actually try boba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I've taken a sip of like boba tea before, and I was like, I don't really like it. I think it was just because it was like straight like tea and boba, and I was like, don't really fuck with it. So like I'd never tried it ever again. But then I tried this strawberry milk tea, and it was pretty good. It was just the boba was like annoying. Like it was like it was kind of fun, you know, cool. Like the first half, like the first couple sips, I was like, you know, like this is cool. But then like after, I'm like, man, I kind of just want to drink the drink and not have to chew on these boba balls for like 30 minutes. But like otherwise, it was pretty cool, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that was right after the Sonic Con.
I love boba.
I think that's kind of the boba experience, though, to me at least. I'm like, the first like couple of times I was like, and then I was like, I'm used to it now.
I'm just endlessly addicted
to
boba.
That
not drugs.
Oh, I mean, I don't
think about drugs, but
I didn't assume.
I just wanted to make it clear, like I'm not addicted to anything illegal, unless boba's illegal in some like alternate universe, like.
But, what can you do? What can you do? Oh my god, I just remembered an entire arc that happened.
Oh.
I met Yvonne from
that was a great one.
Oh my god, yeah.
I love the story. I was there.
You know what's weird is I did a stream like recapping TwitchCon stuff, and I didn't even think to bring this up. Like I totally forgot this was like, an event that happened.
I mean, but you made PJ's life. Like
you did.
I mean, it's like what besties do, I guess. Like
yeah, they're just besties.
We're not besties, they're besties.
Why are you? Oh, you're pointing there. Oh, yeah. Why are you pointing the other direction?
To me, I don't know where she is. Mal, wherever you are,
pointing
you guys are besties.
Who's she pointing
at? And I mean, I can argue that point, but that's not the time. It's not the time. But anyways, so a bunch of us were all meeting Yvonne. Initially, not all of our friends were going. Like, I'm pretty sure initially it was just like of the people we know, the three of us going, and everybody else wanted to see Tenzin Kaide. But because Yvonne had been at the same time as Tenzin Kaide, but then they moved it, so Yvonne was in the morning. So basically, we had a whole like friend group in the line in like a group together like that, which is pretty cool. So I was the first of our friends to meet Yvonne. And immediately, like, as soon as I had the meet and greet, I was like, I'm gonna have to bring this up, which is the fact that PJ constantly sends me YouTube shorts of Toast yelling at Yvonne in various different games and stuff like that. And it's like it's always like a clip of Yvonne messing up something very simple and then Toast yelling at her, and he's like, that's you and me. That's you and me. This is our dynamic.
Yeah.
Like him yelling at her for being stupid. So when I was talking to Yvonne, I explained this whole thing and I was like, my friend always sends me videos of you and Toast and says that's us, and I was like, he's right there.
And then she flipped him off, by the way.
Like a police lineup. I'm like, he's that guy right there. And she was like, you're her Toast? It was great. It was really great. Set up the tone for the entire meet and greet as fuck PJ.
Yeah, like as our entire friend group, like set up the tone for everything. It was great.
So yeah, that was pretty fun for me. And then I guess like she saw him more than once after this happened and like remembered that he was the Toast guy. So you're welcome. You know, made it a memorable meet and greet for PJ.
You made his life. Because otherwise it wouldn't have happened at all. Like she would just be like, oh, he's just another fan.
Nice to meet you.
You know?
Yeah.
But
then now she saw him later on, was like talking about him with Toast.
Yeah.
And Toast gave him like a sign of approval or something. I wasn't there.
She talked about him on stream.
After
the convention. So it was like
I was talked about.
She talked about them on stream, yeah.
I'm a star. She's a
star.
It's just so funny like, though. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, she said like it was so funny because Yvonne like talked about the interaction on stream and she used pretty much the exact phrasing that I said, and I was like, and she was like, oh, this girl came up and blah 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 blah, and I was like, she remembered me? Like I was like, oh my god, that's so specific. Like she has that in her brain.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, you were one of like the first couple people to go too, so
yeah, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
But you know what's so funny though? Have you guys ever sent PJ a Toast clip and been like, PJ, you're Toast? Or is it always him saying, oh my god, I'm Toast and you're this person?
I think it's always him.
Yeah. It's always that.
I'm just saying it's kind of funny because he's like, oh my god, like I'm Toast. And then he just sent a message in his Discord saying, setting this here before someone sends this to me and says I'm Toast.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't think any of us have ever sent him a Toast clip being like, that's you. But he's putting himself in that shoes being like, that's me. And the video is Toast is a misogynist. Like, that's crazy. like he's putting, like, I don't think any of us were going to send that to him. And he sent it himself. Like, I just find that so funny.
I think I've sent him like one ever where it was like, it was something we had already played, or it was Pico Park. I don't remember. And I was like, I could see this happening. Like, it was something like that. But I do always find that funny because, like, I like Yvonne. That's complimentary to me. I'm like, okay, that's cool. She's cool. I could see the personality. Like, oh, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, in the clips, it's usually her, like, messing things up. It's usually, like, not a successful moment for her. Calling himself Toast is always something he views as a compliment. So I think that's really funny that he acts as though that's an equal thing.
I know.
Like, oh, this is so us. Like, I'm the awesome, cool, smart one who I am a really big fan of. You're the other person.
He's like, I'm the one from the misogynist video. That's me, guys.
That's
like,
me.
That's great.
Like,
congratulations.
Congrats, PJ.
Congrats, PJ.
But yeah, getting like Toast approval, probably pretty huge.
Sure.
So.
Another interesting thing about PJ, I have multiple clips of him in my vlog where I start filming and he just jumps into frame making a face, like something like just, I don't even know, like, it's like, he's just usually like, or something like that, like in the camera, and I'm just like, I'm not cutting any of this out. You are these are going in the vlog. I'm not doing all the work to cut it out. So you're just, that's his fault. He's gonna watch it and be like, what the, why'd you keep this in? No, that's what he gets because I don't know why he kept doing it. He kept doing it multiple times. I have so many clips of it.
You do the face.
Oh my. that was
Can't take her anywhere. Her being PJ.
Okay, I was like, what did I do?
You know, like that picture of that girl who's like, the second picture is her something on her head, like me being like quirky.
Me being
You're
quirky,
like,
can't take her anywhere.
that's
Like,
what that
yeah.
reminds me of. I'm like, what? He's so silly.
Also,
Okay.
another story from TwitchCon. I have a tangent to go on after this, so
Okay.
just give me a second.
Let her cook.
So another story, real quick, is just when we were waiting in line. So I met Valkyrie 3 separate times at TwitchCon.
We
2
stared at
being
her.
her impromptu meet and greets, 1 being Tina Kitten's meet and greet. I love Ray. We got along very well. We yapped a bit. Same thing with Blau. I met Blau I think 4 separate times at the con. Again, all with like different situations. Like it was just really random. Like it was such random interactions with people. But while we were waiting in line the second time for Ray's impromptu meet and greet, Cosmic had a rubber ducky that squeaked. And for about 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, he just squeaked it nonstop. And you had him, Yami, and Recto standing in a line dancing to Cosmic squeaking this rubber duck to the beat of the songs at that like little club thing that they had at TwitchCon. So I was just like, I was losing it. And I have it in my vlog where I'm just like, and then they're just like having a great time over there. And I'm just like, oh my, I don't know how I could stand that. But Saturday, Tenzin Kaide meet and greet. This is where my tangent was going. So everyone went to the Tenzin Kaide meet and greet, and you and Tonedog left, leaving me alone at the con, where I got my bucket hat. But I think this is why I was so anxious, because I was at the con alone, had no one to talk to, and ended up just walking around the con alone. I did meet sorry. I did meet Jack Manifold, Average Harry, and Grunk from
Oh.
Yeah. So I didn't realize it was Grunk until after I had met him. Like I knew who he was, but I don't for some reason I don't know what he looks like. Like I've seen so many of the group chat videos, but I just have no clue what he looks like for some reason.
I know what he looks like, and I know nothing else about him because I don't actually watch their content.
No, yeah, like I was
the
like,
opposite.
He looks familiar, but I don't know where I know him from. So I still took a photo with him because I was like, I'm gonna remember this later. Learned it was Grunk later. Actually, hey, if you're watching this, I know who you are now.
He's watching. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
They're
I took
looking
the
for a new
photo with-
guy, so
They were actually filming something, and I didn't want to and I'm going on a whole tangent. Sorry. I didn't want to interrupt Jack Manifold's film because he was filming for Average Harry and Grunk, and I didn't want to interrupt, but I did a little wave at Jack, and he was like to get a photo with me. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And so then he took the photo with me, and they thought I didn't know who they were, and then I was like, can I get a photo with y'all too? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And I was like, I know who y'all are. I just didn't want to interrupt. My bad. But yeah, that happened. But I was alone for about an hour at the con, just wandering mindlessly because I didn't have any friends there anymore because everyone left me behind. So I think that's why I was more anxious on Saturday, now that I think about it. But that was my tangent about my adventures alone.
I feel like being in the Tenzin Kaide line would also give me a nervous breakdown.
Well, I think because my thing is I am not good in public places. When I go out, you can ask anyone here, I'm always on the phone. Literally always on the phone anytime I leave my house because I'm so bad in public spaces. Just being around a lot of people, I don't do well. And I can obviously handle it myself, but I prefer not to be alone when I go out. So I just am on the phone or something. So it's just at least I'm having something else to occupy my mind. But I went to what was it? Anytime I was at the con or anywhere out in public, I was usually standing closer to people I felt more comfortable with. Or I would just kind of just be standing behind someone just
Reminds me of Target.
Happy to be there. Yeah.
Target trip.
Our little huddle. We went to Target on Thursday.
Tonedog, are you
Yeah.
alive?
I'm alive.
I'll let someone else continue the story.
What?
I'll let someone else continue the
No,
story.
you can continue the story. I just had been muted for a while. I was just checking in.
What the?
Oh, no, I've just been yapping for a while.
Just checking.
So I was
no, it's fine. I was just checking.
No, I'll let one of y'all continue the Target
no,
story.
you can say it. Okay, I've done my yaptitude of the day.
Okay. We went to Target, and I feel like it had been such a long day, or for me, for everyone really. So I had just landed that day, went to Mouse Lunch, went to their Airbnb, and then yeah, that was my day.
You got
And
your passes that day too.
oh yeah, I got my TwitchCon passes that day. It had just been a lot that happened. We went to Target. Everyone was like so energetic, and I can't be that energetic at that point. So I'm like, I'm anxious because I'm like, I'm meeting so many people today, and I'm still like processing the fact that people are real. And it's like I can like be myself around these like IRL people. Like for me, it's like being myself around people is quite terrifying for me because I people didn't like me a lot ever. And so like having to like be in person with the people I've been online with this whole time, it's like it was like a switch had to flip in my brain where I'm like, I can be in person with these people, be myself, and I'll be fine. Like they're not gonna judge me because they already know I'm strange. Like I'm online every day. Like they already know I'm weird. So I was like, I was still trying to adjust to that, and then like people had so much energy, and I was like, and so then I would just like, I would, me, Chap, and Tonedog spent like 10 minutes just like in the toy section playing with these like fidgets that we found, and it's a great time.
Yeah, I thought it was funny because
Yeah.
like Hyperius needed something, but like everyone was like talking near like the clothes section and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, Hyperius, let's just go. Like, you know, let's just go get your like stuff that you need." And then he was like, "Okay." So we started walking away, whatever. We go down, we see Clom and Danny, normal, blah blah blah, and we come up the elevator. This is probably like 10 minutes after, and we come out of the elevator. We just see like Chap like looking around by herself, like just like a lost dog. And we're like, Chap. She's like, "Oh my god, I needed to get out of there." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then we rescued her.
Like same as with Mouse, where it's like also our group had gone to Target. We specifically were going to see Danny.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like our group of friends plus Mary and her friend Caboose plus J-Bro, Yami, Danny Klum. Lots of people there. And like we'd already been there an hour prior to Klum and Danny's group getting there. So like we were already tired. Like we had already been walking around Target for like almost an hour, and then we had to do it all over again, but with people, like more people. So I think at that point in time, I did truthfully like there was two things for me where it's like, God bless, love all these people, big fan guys, we're all good, we're all friends. Woo. Point in time where Mary was throwing around a like toy football, and then Mary and Dan were trying on clothing, and then like they were all in the corner and they kept touching buttons on all of the Halloween decorations, like turning all of them on. And then I just felt like I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. Like I was so overwhelmed. So truthfully, like, and every time there was a group setting, I would usually go towards one of you two generally, because that's just like people I feel pretty familiar with.
Yeah.
At this point in time, because like Tonedog and Hyperius had left, and then like I don't know what you were doing, Mouse. I don't know.
I think I was
in my head
just like huddling because PJ would like go off and look at stuff, and I just go over there and I'd be like,
I did do that a bit too, because I was like, PJ probably won't disrupt public spaces.
I would just stand around him because he was just minding his own business.
Yeah, so there's a point he was like looking at something. I was like, wow, this is so interesting. Whatever.
I would just go bother that guy,
But no, the reason I like fully walked away is because I was like, I'm just gonna go find Clom and Danny because we hadn't seen them in a while. The whole point going was to see Clom and Danny, so I was like, guys, I'm just gonna go find them. Bye. And then it happened to be at about the same time Hyperius and Tonedog came back, and then they told me where Clom and Danny were, so I was like, oh, yeah, that solves both of those problems. Me being overwhelmed and also wondering where Clom was solved them in one day.
Yeah, and then we rescued Mouse from that group, and then that's when we started playing with the toys.
Yeah, spacing out. It was beautiful. It was a great time.
It was great. Like we literally just sat there, just like we were just so happy. Like,
I was pretty happy. Yeah, apparently Mary was like calling for me, yelling in the store.
Specifically yelling your GTA.
My GTA character name, Shelby Adam Driver, and I just didn't process any of this.
I didn't hear any of that either, honestly. Like I think I just was happy to space out and be my own.
I just spaced out, I missed all that. There was a point in time where Mary and Dan ran up carrying like a flat screen TV, and then they said like, if we get arrested, would Chap get deported? And then that was my line where I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. That's why I think I told Tonedog and Iberius that I was like, guys, I can't. I'm so stressed right now. I'm just
Me-
so unwell.
And then I think we like had found Hyperius after we were playing with the like, because we literally like we were gonna walk around the corner and we saw people and turned to
We
fuck
saw,
off.
and all these people are our friends.
Like we're friends. Like I love y'all, but I couldn't handle it. I was losing it.
Yeah, so we
I would
literally
have started
like
tweaking.
we like turned a corner and saw everyone we knew, and we just turned around.
We went straight back to where we were. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. Actually,
Just backed up. Okay, I'll got that.
Because like it would have been like that reality where I'm just like sitting in a corner, like rocking back and forth, and I'm just like I can't handle it anymore. Like I
It's
was
getting there.
I was like I would have been losing it, so I was like I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Just gonna-
And then Hyperius, who was in that group, I think noticed us and kind of drifted over our way. And we were
Yeah.
like, and then we were like, wow, these candles over here look so interesting.
No, we did start smelling cat. We're like, what does this one smell like?
Yeah.
It's like- we had a grand old time in our little
Yeah.
introverted group. It's
But yeah, you know, it's gonna be. We all get to see each other at Masters Toronto. I don't know if that was brought up in this episode or not.
Masters Toronto.
Masters Toronto,
Yeah.
unless.
Well, yeah. So if this wasn't, I don't know if I'm just
No,
repeating myself.
I'll
or-
just keep this in anyway.
Yeah.
It's funnier if we forgot.
Yeah. Chap has to get her license. Then I'll go to Masters Toronto. If she doesn't, then I'm not going. So, motivation. Let's go.
Motivation, gonna get my license. Woo!
What?
I texted my mom about this. So I texted my mom Saturday morning. I said, "When's the next time her boyfriend is in town? Because he can drive. My mom cannot. We don't have a car."
Mhm.
I was like, "I'm gonna try and do my written test for my license." And she said, 2 weeks from now. So maybe 2 weeks from now, I will do it. And I said, my friend told me to get it by June, or he won't come to this country. So we'll find out.
Nice.
Find out.
So yeah,
We'll see.
Masters
Best
Toronto, possibly. We already talked about the
Possibly.
Sabrina thing, so
We did.
That's
Um,
like a thoughts and prayers.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that.
I would just go to visit you and not go to the concert, to be honest. Me personally.
Yeah,
I'll
but we're
just,
gonna be at
like-
the concert, so
Before Masters Toronto, we go to MouseCon.
Mouse.
Con.
I would
Something
love. I
like
would
that.
honestly love MouseCon to happen. Like it's like, it is like one of my dreams. If just people like come down here and hang out with me, and I can show them all my favorite things. Like,
Oh my
this
god,
is a
you could
dream
make us
of mine.
boba.
True.
I'd make y'all boba. Like we could literally go to my store and I'd be like, "Hey, can I make these drinks?" And they'd be like, "Sure."
That's what I'm just
Actually,
like,
they might not say sure.
I'll just like take a bunch of melatonin and knock the fuck out if you guys and you guys go to the concert, and when I wake up, I'll just pretend I went. So wait, okay. Any final thoughts about TwitchCon and us meeting IRL? Any final stories?
I have a question.
Yeah.
We're gonna stir the pot, start the drama. Who was your favorite person that you met? Like, if you had to like choose one of the people who you just enjoyed
last.
hanging out with the most, or
I
like
don't think
enjoyed
I'm
meeting the
gonna
most.
do that. I don't think I'm gonna.
I'll
like,
go last. I'll do it, but I'll go last.
Or enjoyed meeting
I'm-
the most. Who would it be?
Okay,
Who
Mouse,
would
you
it
have to go
be?
first since that's your question.
Okay, wait. First of all, wait. Are you talking about people like? It has to be people I met for the first time, right? During this.
Yeah.
Con.
Or
Okay, well, that
No.
makes
yeah. Sorry.
no.
I mean,
It's really just
whatever.
anyone like you enjoyed
Yeah.
meeting.
I'm not. I can't. I
Okay,
can't pick
Mouse, go
between
first since your question.
people. I feel bad.
Okay, so mine. This is with no hurt to anyone else. I have two actually. So mine, one is Danny,
Mhm.
just because again, I'm not gonna like. It's not a high chance I'll be able to meet her a lot. So I'm like, I loved meeting Danny. Two, one of the people I enjoyed hanging out with a lot is Clom, because we only really hung out like the last 2 days, or the last day, yeah, 2 days. So when Danny had left, Clom was a little sad, so he didn't know for sure if he wanted to go to karaoke, and I was just, it felt like bestie vibes right there. Like I don't know, I just feel like we got along so well, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such bestie vibes. Like not that we didn't get along before, just like
Yeah.
that moment, Sag Clom was like, "It's okay, buddy," and he was like, "Oh no." It was like I really enjoyed that moment. I was really scared I wouldn't. My biggest fear was hanging out with Clom and Cosmic because like, what if they hated me in person? And I don't know. I think I still am scared that Cosmic hates me, but I think that's just because Cosmic is just like, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever hear him call me his bestie, but it's okay. I guess we'll never know. But anyways, Chap.
Go ahead.
Well, I said
No,
I was going last.
I don't want to say anyone. I like. I don't want to like hurt anyone's feelings.
I have 4, but 2 of them are unserious.
What?
Now we're adding numbers. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
I don't think you'd hurt anyone's feelings. Because mine was just like nice like experiences I had, people I wouldn't be able to see as much again, you know? It's like I don't think that hurts anyone's feelings. I think
it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. You didn't say
So-
me. But like, I don't know.
I think it's fine, Chap. I don't think anyone's offended.
I don't even have this straightened out in my head.
You can say 2 people since Mouse said 2 people.
I can
Yeah.
say I can
You
say
can say
I
4
guess I
people
can-
since Tonedog's gonna say 4, you know? Like
But mine are unserious. By 2.
I don't feel right about this.
Okay.
It doesn't feel right.
okay. You know, just it's
What does it mean?
okay.
Why can't you go?
Okay, I'll go.
You go Tonedog.
Okay,
yeah.
you did bring up a good point. I did like hanging out with Clom. I would say that's one of them because like he was pretty chill dude, you know, vibe. Didn't really get to hang out with him that much. I mean, the main part was the Sonic Cafe. That was pretty cool. Okay, and then now I'm gonna switch to an unserious one.
Okay.
Nikki, duh, you know, gotta meet her. Like,
Yeah, of
hey,
course.
you see me all the way over here? And she's like, oh, hey. And I was like, what's up?
She said, "Hey, Tonedog."
So,
Yeah.
she said Tone Nikki 2024.
Yeah.
Tonedog 2024.
Yeah, she said that. So, that was pretty great. And
She
then,
did. I was there.
back to a serious one. I would say Hyperius. You know, Hyperius. It was just so surreal. Like seeing him, I was like, oh my god, wait, this is Hyperius, and he acted the same. Like he's so like innocent. You know, I was just like, oh my
Just a
god,
little guy.
it's just Hyperius. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll drive you back to your hotel. Like you don't even need to ask me twice. Like I don't trust the Ubers with Hyperius. So I'll drive you back. So yeah, that was nice meeting Hyperius. My last one, back to unserious, was meeting Valkyrie from the very far distance.
Oh my god, I wish I could put that video in the podcast,
Nah.
but it's literally just a video of your face.
No,
so like I
so,
won't do that.
Yeah. So pretty much, let me just explain. The Valkyrie line was very long, and I was like, man, because so like before, like previous TwitchCons, I think like the one that she went to before, like they cut off the line. So I was like, well, this line's already long. I'm not gonna wait here. But I didn't know it was like kind of like an official, unofficial meet and greet. So like they wouldn't have cut it. Like they would have told you that they're cutting it. But
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's not even worth it. But I was like, you know, Valkyrie is kind of cool, awesome. And I was like, to me, she's not real because it's like internet. And I was like, oh my god, wait, this is a real person. Let me just go look. And I was like, just looked over. I was like, oh my god, wait, she's real. So, hey Valkyrie, you know, it was very nice meeting you from a distance. I was like,
Hi, Ray.
I kind of waved, but like you didn't notice because like we just kind of walked through the
We
doorway
slowly
that you were.
walked
Yeah,
by
yeah,
her.
yeah, like we slowly walked by. We were just like, hey, you know, and then like I think I did a pose next to you, but like it was very nice meeting you. You know, if you know you ever wanna like show us the 100 Thieves compound or like you know show us some cool like high studios. You know, congrats on that too. You know, awesome, epic.
Congrats.
Yeah, so like if you ever want to, we're kind of cool and we're brokies. So like anything's cool if you want to.
YapRecap.
Yeah, YapRecap. Yeah, gmail.com.
We met from Streamus.
Oh,
We
yeah,
did meet from Streamus.
Streamus.
If you watch my
Thanks.
vlog, I'll probably like put the podcast in like the caption or something.
You're so mother. Should we just like post this clip and add her?
yeah.
I'll do
Honestly,
that.
we
I don't
can,
care.
yeah.
So,
I'll
like,
do it.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh. Oh, God.
And I mean that. Oh,
But like,
fuck.
thanks
Love you,
for
but not in a
watching.
parasocial way.
Yeah. Bye.
Was
But
that
yeah.
weird? I thought
Well,
it was-
okay.
No,
I think like you
thought it was
saying
less
like
weird.
I think it was less weird than you telling Abe you loved
Yeah.
him because
I think
like
it was, yeah.
I've never seen you be like, oh my god, it's Abe. Like I watch him all the time. But like
I thought it was
Valkyrie, you're like,
funny.
oh my god, like
Like-
she's mother, you know? And then you
I was
just-
gonna meet Abe, but we went to the zoo. If we had gone to the zoo, I just want you to know Abe could have been on this pod, but
and we could have been on the
I
Minecraft
have-
server.
What's the time?
An hour and 17 minutes.
Okay, I have one more.
Guess we
thing
gotta
to
cut it
mention.
What the? Okay.
Okay, never mind. Chap, let's cut it off.
No, I meant so I
Um,
could get out of talking about who I wanted to, who I liked meeting.
Oh wait, yeah. Well, do you want to get out of that? Because I can just bring it.
Oh yeah. Wait, yeah, you have to say it.
Chap, do you want to get out of it?
You see how that was a flawless? You see how I just let that go over that? I was pretty proud of myself. Let me think. I think probably all the people I listed that I wanted to meet in the first place. Like I probably just you two and like the Mary and High Furious. That's probably who I like seeing the most.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I was like, maybe y'all didn't fucking want to see me. I don't know. Like, so, I don't want. Oh god, it's so annoying.
No, it definitely.
Have to be
I
like-
really enjoyed hanging out with Chap.
It's not that I think you didn't. It's more like I don't want to be the person who's being like genuine if everyone else is fucking joking. That's what I wanted to see. What
I
you
was
all-
genuine too. I just had two
Yeah.
like kind of joke ones. I mean,
I just needed to see the vibe.
even though
first,
it
'cause-
was real that Nikki pointed me out in the crowd. And,
well, that was real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Valkyrie said hi to me, definitely, and then didn't just continue on her meet and greet, and we just
Yeah.
walked by. But like,
Of course.
Yeah.
This is always a struggle I have with like our friend group. Is like I don't.
yeah.
I'm so comfortable being nice to people. I don't want to be the only one doing it though. Like I'm not gonna be that person. I'm not gonna step out of the way and be like, oh my god, love you guys. So
I think I could be nice to certain people, but certain people I just like I can't bring myself to just like compliment without like some type of like drawback because just because of how they are with me.
so PJ.
Yes, specifically PJ. And Clom and Cosmic. But like I could be like the nicest person in the world, like J bro. This is another thing I wanted to bring up. The last thing I want to bring up because I've been yapping, but it is the Yap recap. Sorry. There's certain people like that I met who like in my mind like they're just little guys. They're just
Yeah.
little. I talked to Chap about this. I talked about it on stream, but like they're just little guys, you know.
It is
like
on stream.
it's so like they're just adorable to me, and it's not in like a I like them kind of way. It's like more of just like they're just adorable to me. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's just how I am. Like I just can see people and I'm like they're adorable. Like
Like
that's
how
just
High Furious is baby
that's just
girl.
me. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
one of those people is High Furious. One of those people is Yami. Yami is so adorable to me just because he's just a little guy. J Bro is another one of those people. There's other people. Also Clom is one of those people too. Clom is definitely one of those people. But yeah.
oh my god.
That's just my thing. Like people are just adorable to me sometimes, and I yeah. I don't know. That's my thing. That's my last point I want to bring up.
Well, guys, this was a great episode, and we'll see you guys next time.
We had
Don't
one
forget to
topic
like
the
and
whole
subscribe.
time.
We
We had one topic. We stayed on
great at
topic.
yapping. On
Did we?
topic.
Oh my
This is
god.
the first time ever.
It's because we have so much to talk about.
First
True.
episode with one theme. Let's fucking.
First episode with the one theme. This
Yeah.
is amazing. Where we don't have to think about the
Yeah.
title for like 3 hours. But
Yeah, I'm still gonna think.
thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more of us yapping and talking about meeting our friends and other random topics that we talk about. I'm Mouse,
Midoriya.
I'm Tonedog.
Chapless.
signing off.
Bye.
Forever. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Oh. See y'all next week, though. Maybe we'll get a guest.
next
Who
week.
knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure that out. We can't even like schedule a time.
Our dream guest is booked and busy. It's a long story. Anyways.
Yeah.
Woo, bye.
anyways.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.